and welcome to day 5 of my special series on maternal mental health awareness. I am recording this in April, and it is exactly around this time of year when we are bombarded with messages that we are not good enough. I don't know about you, but I'm getting adverts for swimsuits and skincare and makeup for a summer glow, all complete with models who clearly haven't had children. And chances are our thoughts are turning to summer holidays and all that entails, bearing more skin than usual and how our bodies are going to look. And given what we see advertised and what we think we should look like as mothers, it's no wonder that the comments I see from mums are so hateful of their bodies or disappointed in themselves. I hear things like, I want to love my body, but I can't find my style, and the thought of going shopping as a plus-size woman makes me feel anxious. 8 months postpartum and I'm upset I can't lose my pregnancy weight. I feel bad about my body and I can't wear any of my favourite clothes. Or I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and not feel depressed for the rest of the day. It breaks my heart to hear this. But why does it matter? Negative body image can have a really profound impact on your mental health and your emotional well-being. It can lead to low self-esteem, body dissatisfaction, and mental health issues. And as parents, we have this unique role in shaping our children's body image and self-esteem in turn. Our words and actions have a lot of power, and so by fostering a positive attitude to our bodies, instead of this constant negative feeling or negative self-talk, we can create a positive and empowering environment for our children to live in when it comes to their bodies. Because let's be honest, you are probably the person your children hang around most with, especially over the summer holidays. So if you want to break that cycle of body hatred, then it is on you to create that atmosphere and environment that you want your children to grow up in, especially if you have daughters. Because it is unavoidable. We live in a world with a really toxic culture of valuing physical appearances over any other achievements, and an internet that promotes unrealistic beauty standards which ultimately encourage restrictive eating habits and punitive exercise regimes. And this is only going to get worse with AI, because we are just not going to be able to know what is real and what is not. Now, I want to caveat here by saying I don't always get it right with myself and my children. I am still learning. And I also think two things can be true at the same time. One, that fostering a body-positive home environment is important to avoid the more extreme effects of being exposed to the standardized view of beauty, and that excessive belly fat is harmful to good health. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think you can be body-positive and aware of the importance of a balanced and positive view of food. I mean, my approach to food and fussy eating when it comes to children is like that. I'm a nutritionist. I rarely talk about good and bad food, healthy and unhealthy with my children, especially with my children. And with myself as well, I have had to work really hard to retrain my thinking patterns around food. And I think the same is here too. We can avoid saying that certain body types are better or worse than others, because the expectation is that an overall healthy and balanced attitude, whether that's to food or body types, means we can settle in that happy middle of being intuitive about what we eat and how we feel about ourselves. Because when we make negative body-related comments about ourselves, we perpetuate harmful comparisons of ourselves to a younger version of ourselves or to others. And when we do that in front of our children, we're inadvertently teaching them to do the same. In contrast, if we avoid making these comments about our own bodies, we create a safe and positive space for them to develop a healthy body image. So what do you do instead? You can find alternative ways for self-expression that emphasizes non-appearance-based qualities. Shift your focus to internal qualities, talents, and achievements. Recognize and celebrate your and your child's unique personality traits, kindness, creativity, intelligence. When we highlight these internal qualities over external subjective qualities, we foster that self-esteem and nurture a positive self-image based on inner qualities. And that's important for you as well. You are worthy. You are much, much more than what you look like in the mirror. And that is important because, again, when we're trying to rediscover ourselves, we can so easily just limit ourselves to what we see, what is reflected in the mirror, rather than thinking about how bloody amazing you are as a mother. So we can also change the way we talk about food, both to ourselves and our family. Think about the sort of comments that you or others might say about food, especially as we approach summer holidays. Things like, oh, go on then, I really shouldn't after what I just ate though. or the diet starts after the weekend, or I'm going to be naughty and have an ice cream or dessert or pastry for breakfast. If I go to the gym this evening, I can have dessert. I went to the gym today, so I've earned this ice cream. Think about it for a second. What is the message that we give our children when we make these kind of innocent comments? Talking about food in this way moralizes food choices. We are naughty for choosing dessert. We have to punish ourselves for having an ice cream. There's one rule for the weekends and another for the rest of the time. Or food can be earned because of doing exercise. But instead, when you have a balanced approach to food at all times, whether it's the weekend or whether you're on holiday, it can really help to have that positive attitude to food instead of restricting or demonizing a particular type or putting one type of food on a pedestal over another. That means embracing all food without attaching a moral value to them. And similarly, detaching exercise from food as a form of transaction. Exercise can be celebrated and enjoyed for its own sake, for how it makes us feel, separate from the idea of earning or compensating for a food choice. We can enjoy our favorite food, embrace the pleasure of eating, and we can enjoy moving our body in whatever way feels good. Do we really want our children to learn that they can only have certain food if they've done X amount of exercise first? Does that not create a link in their mind that exercise is something to be endured with a sweet reward at the end? If you watch any young child move, they very rarely just walk. They skip, they twirl, they do a little dance. They love to move their body. They love to feel how their body feels when it moves, especially if it's been in an unexpected way. But if we teach them that a certain amount of movement deserves a certain amount of treats, then they stop enjoying exercise for movement's sake. And here's the thing, what if we could do the same? What if we could just enjoy the feeling of our arms getting stronger when we lift heavier weights? The temperature of the water on our skin as we glide through it in the pool. The power of our legs as we run a little further, a little faster each time. When we model this behavior ourselves, we simultaneously help our children develop a healthy relationship with food and exercise and work on our own toxic shame and guilt about our bodies. Maintaining a relaxed attitude to eating and exercise without putting one food on a pedestal over another or enjoying exercise for itself has long-term benefits on you and your children. A positive body image, lowered risk of eating disorders, naturally making positive food choices, and better mood, health, and well-being. Modeling positive behaviors and attitudes towards our own bodies is so important for our own feelings of well-being as well as what it offers our children. And I acknowledge that this will likely involve some deep work to reframe the way you think and talk about yourself, exercise, and food. I know because I'm the same. When we challenge societal expectations, we normalize the diversity in human body shape and celebrate inclusivity, promoting body acceptance. And that is surely the best way to rediscover love for ourselves. If you have signed up to my daily emails that I'm sending out all this week to accompany this special series, you will receive some prompts and scripts to help you think about your attitude to food, but also how to respond to negative comments, whether that's from your own children or from family. So that will really help you to understand what you can say and do when you're faced with a challenging situation. So tomorrow, for day 6 of this 7-day special for Maternal Mental Health Week, I am discussing cultivating joy and creativity. See you then.